Hi, everybody. Christmas came a little early for me in my office here at Vanity Fair. I'm Krista Smith, West Coast editor, and Aldis Hodge came to visit me to chat about all his projects. So many of them, in fact, I need a cue card, which is normally not my style. But it's great to have you here. I feel I first met you in Sundance,
yeah.
I think for Underground, and I was like, why don't I know you? And I made your mom come in, and then there's another brother somewhere, and
Yeah, he's working his butt off too, so happy about that. I just saw his billboard actually down on Wall Street.
What's going
He has a show called Sick, which is coming on History Channel, so very happy about it.
Oh, excellent. All right, so you, obviously, Underground, it got picked up, second season. That's going to come out in March, I think it is? All right.
I believe our date is, I feel, March 8th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is great. I mean, I love that show. John Legend and producer Journey Smollett Bell, one of my favorites. She's awesome. It's great. And then this Christmas is Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
Okay. Now, I saw this movie. I loved it. I was like clapping, stomping my feet. Like it's just so infectious. Everyone is great. It truly is an ensemble cast. Yeah. Everyone in it is fantastic. And you get to work with Janelle Monáe. So tell me everything. Tell me about your character. Tell me about working with her.
So my character is Levi Jackson, real life man. He was Mary Jackson's husband. They actually met working at NASA together. They both worked there. They met in the wind tunnels where she worked. So it was, really romantic and serendipitous and all this. But really quite a lovely man. I did not have the chance to meet him, but I was able to meet his family. In us, working together to figure out the relationship on screen, the thing that I loved about it was the fact that it showed real strength in an American household, in a household for a black family. A man fighting for his family back in the 60s in this rough time, and fighting to stand, in support of his woman when she wants to go out and do her thing. So he was quite unconventional in that way. He was
a Renaissance man, especially at that time for any person, regardless of color, like for a woman to go out and say, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get my degree, I'm working here, I'm working in NASA, I'm not staying at home.
Yeah, it was a rough time for women back then. Still fighting to get respect in the workplace, still fighting to get respected for their intellect and their capabilities rather, for what they could achieve. And, these women, along with all the other women around, they had to make a unified stand, and they actually achieved it, because where would NASA be without these ladies?
It's incredible, and it is a true story, which is something I didn't know, and it's one of those things that I love about Hollywood, is somehow you see this movie, and you can't believe you've never even heard about these women before until they make a motion picture about it.
Which is weird.
It's incredibly moving and powerful, and I don't want to give it away, and also with John Glenn just passing, and he plays a very prominent role in this film. The actor that plays him is fantastic. But you realize they were critical in the success of the space program.
Yeah, and that's something that I think I'm happy it's coming out now. I don't think there are real mistakes in time, because right now for this generation, there are a lot of younger girls that need to see a representation of value outside of what they look like, value outside of what someone else's perception of them is. We're kind of in the body shaming era and all this. I got a little sister, she's 20, and we taught her, your values in your mind. But I love the fact that there are so many young girls and so many young boys who are going to grow up and watch this and say, oh, I can be more. And that's really where my potential lies. What can I create? How can I use my mind to better everybody else around me?
I met your mother. She's a very strong woman, which is very exciting.
Moms,
I'm Krista Smith with Vanity Fair, and I'm talking to Aldis Hodge about his many projects, one of which is Hidden Figures, which is coming out at Christmas. So as a mother of two boys, your mom is badass. I can say that. I can swear, right, on Facebook.
Anyway, yes.
She's awesome. And I know a lot of her strength comes through you and your brother, and what you, when you were younger, and kind of like your drive. But what was it for you as an actor, as a creative? Because you started that face is just too gorgeous. Obviously, you were modeling, you were a kid, you were in commercials. People were like, but what was Aldis's moment for you when you were like, wow, I have to act, I have to enter this crazy life of an artist?
I mean, I was lucky enough that it bit me early on. I was 2 years old when I started following behind my brother Edwin. Uh, Honestly, I think the moment came for me when I was like 12 years old, and I was on a show at the time, and then I got fired. But it was the reason I got fired. Politically charged. It wasn't anything that I did unprofessionally. It was just, well, you know what, the network wants to make a change, so they switched a couple of characters around. And I said, oh, it's like a real business, and they don't care that you're a child. It's about their agenda. So that's the moment I said, all right, this is my life, this is my choice, but I never want to be put in this position again. I want to work for me. I want to have options because it's about quality of life. I'm not here for the fame or the accolades. I'm here to do what I want to do because I love acting. But I also know what I want to contribute to the art. So I need the space to do that. And it's kind of hard when, someone else is pulling the strings. So that's a moment where it got real for me. That's when I started writing scripts, and that's when I started really studying and becoming a student of the craft.
And was there one particular role, like was it a Friday Night Lights or something where you're like, wow, I'm in this, I can make a real career out of it?
Not one in particular.
Tom Cruise feels that way. I mean, he's Tom Cruise, and he's the biggest movie star in the world, but I feel like it's the condition of an artist. Like, you're always thinking, what's next? What am I going to do next? Like, you're never, it's not, satisfied isn't the right word, because I think you're satisfied when you do a great part of the movie, like Hidden Figures is a great film. It all came together beautifully. But it's just that, like, what's next? The process.
Well, a part of it is, understanding where you're at and how to use it. Like, Hidden Figures is a fantastic platform. I'm truly lucky to have been a part of something like this. So now I feel as an artist, my responsibility is to take what this has granted me and use it for whatever's next, and not waste the grace given to me by being a part of this film, And oddly enough, I did have the good fortune of being able to talk to Tom Cruise about this specific mentality. I was like, brother, how do you do it? Because we were talking about this on Reacher. I said,
he was in Jack Reacher. Just
Jack
for
Reacher,
those.
Never Go Back.
Right.
I said, how do you, like, is there something wrong with the way that I see things? He's like, man, I'm working on 8 projects at one time. He goes from movie to movie to movie. And he just has a love for it, a passion for it. But we talked about just maintaining a healthy mind state through it all. And really, where do you place your value? I know I do this for me, for the love, but I also do it for my family. And do it to get to a position where I can help create opportunities for other people. That's my goal. So my only real obligation to myself is, while I'm in it, maintain happiness and maintain being grateful for it all. But yeah, I don't think Tom is slowing down anytime soon.
No, he
my
keeps
brother,
going.
work at the work.
Yeah, he's incredible.
He gave me good advice.
Well, if you're just joining us, I'm Krista Smith with Vanity Fair, and I am here with Aldis Hodge, and we were talking about all kinds of things.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Your brother, did you guys ever go up for the same parts?
We used to a lot. Now, not so much. But, I mean, I can't tell you, that boy's on Sleepy Hollow. He's on Secrets and Lies. He has 6 coming out. He's doing his own thing. But we've kind of been on different paths for the last couple of years. But it's great because, we're definitely definitively different types of actors. But we're just really waiting for the chance to get to work together again. Whether it's on a project that we write together or, whether he's on my show or I'm on his. But, yeah, we used to go out against each other a lot as kids, but Mom always taught us there's no real idea of competition. We don't bring competition in the house. If one of us gets it, we all get it. And what's for you is for you. You just got to trust what the process is. And if you don't get it, that's just because there's something else out there that you're supposed to be focusing on. So reassert your focus and go get that, But whenever my brother gets something, I'm like, yo, let's get it, because if it ain't me, it better be him.
Yeah.
You know?
I know it's hard. It's so hard as an actor to be positive all the time, because you can put all this effort into a movie or a series and it doesn't go, or people don't respond the way you think they're going to respond. And keeping that focus, I always feel like it's like what you're talking about, Tom Cruise. It's like he's kind of an outlier. He's his own unicorn, but it is about just like keeping that momentum and keeping that positivity.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience working with Tom, I realized that he enjoys everybody around him to feel good and do well. You know, I think he really exhibits the idea of being a true leader on the set, and I learned a few things from him in that way. And when it comes to what this business is, I think an actor's main priority is just to keep a healthy mind state, because let's just be honest, we're in a business where you are opening yourself up to ridicule and judgment. You know, people just picking at you. Oh my God, you know, you put on some weight, or you did this, and you did like, hey, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You know, just let me do my thing. But it all doesn't matter so long as you enjoy yourself and your space. And you have to find that thing, whatever it is, where you can escape a little bit. And then also when you get back to it, you love it enough to continue to produce the best work possible. That means you have to be happy in it. But you have to be mentally healthy for that. And a lot of it comes in blocking out, you know, the unnecessary. Don't feed into the comments and none of that. It's not, that's not what you're here for.
All right, well, let's talk about possibly the other stuff. What's going on here? I know you design a lot of stuff. I'm about ready to rip that off your necklace. It's gorgeous. Did you design this?
Here.
Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
There you go.
Look at that.
Actually, so a friend of mine, her name is Padevavra. Padevavra.
These are gorgeous.
So she, this is her line, and we did design it together. So she made this piece custom for me, but I kind of ran down a couple of things. Because I'm not a jeweler. I mean, as most people know, I'm a watchmaker.
Right.
I dibble and dabble in jewelry every now and then for fun, but Pade does fantastic work. I mean, I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
You know, you can go to padevavra.com.
Like next Facebook Live, I'm going to be covered in the jewelry. Be like, hi, people. Well, why watches? Let's see. Are you wearing one of your watches?
Not one of mine. I'm wearing a Jacques Dreux.
Okay.
Hello.
What is it about watches that made you want to design?
Watches, for me, offers creative freedom. And I realized that, I mean, I've always been an artist, painting and architecture, all these kind of things growing up. It offers me an escape from feeling stagnant creatively in the business and entertainment, but also it satisfies my needs to want to achieve beyond stereotypical means. You know, everybody says, you know, go do this, go this, you know, you can only be this much, and I'm like, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a scientist, I want to, you know, so I'm chasing that dream. I love mechanics. Love watches.
Right, so precise.
Very
and there's
precise.
no variables, which is interesting because in acting there's so many variables. Like you were saying, we're going in a different direction. We want this shirt, how it's edited, the direction, your co-star, the energy. But with watches,
look, the math has to be absolutely perfect. There's no room for deviation. I think the application for me, I call it simplexity, in that it's complex trying to narrow something down to simplicity. But I just love the world it opens me up to. You know, engineering, art, architecture. It takes all my needs wrapped up into this one little mechanism. But I'm actually I'm manufacturing my first piece right now.
Oh, great!
I wish I could show you all. I'll show you after we're
next
done.
time.
Yes.
That's excellent. All right, I'm Krista Smith with Vanity Fair, and I'm sitting here with Aldis Hodge, and we in my office here, right the week before Christmas, talking about watches, Tom Cruise, Hidden Figures, Mom, scripts, jewelry. It's been a good time. I did want to ask you for Hidden Figures, because you know, it's amazing, the cast, like I said, with Taraji Henson and Octavia Spencer.
It's a monster cast.
Yeah, and Kevin Costner is amazing in it. He's so great. It's like, he's so great. How was it for Janelle? Obviously, we don't know her as an actress. This is a big, meaty part. She's a smaller part, and she's great in Moonlight as well. But this was, I would imagine it was a little intimidating. Did you help her through that, or did you find that she knew exactly what she was doing?
No, that girl didn't need any help from me. So Janelle studied acting prior to blowing up in her music career. So she took it very seriously. She came in prepared, but she took it as, I think, a learning process. She was very open and sort of voracious for trying to understand, where the character is, who she is as a person, and trying to produce that on screen. I have a lot of respect for how she handled it. And honestly, I think she did a fantastic job. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised, but she's a performer through and through. And she knew what she was there for. She did not phone this one in. The girl came ready. So I was really impressed with her tactic and her approach. And then working with her, it was just fun because it wasn't like she was fearless with how she came to set and how she approached this character, and she knew what to put into it. And we didn't have to force it. So I was really surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. And
did you get to, because there is like 3 stories, and all the girls obviously are together in a lot of the movies, and the men aren't as much. They kind of have their sections. Did you get to see any of the other ladies on the set where everyone hanging out?
Yeah. I remember that scene, the church scene, the picnic scene. We were all just there, and it's just really those 3 together. It's great. It's just nothing but laughs and jokes all day. Octavia, that girl is fun, man. Her, Taraji, and Janelle together, it's like, you can obviously see it on screen because what they have in real life is exactly what they put into their characters, that relationship there. But I remember the first day that I saw Octavia, first time we worked together, I was 14 years old.
Oh, really? So
I walked into the makeup trail, and hey, Octavia, how you doing? She said, hey, Aldis. I was like, what's up? She's like, I remember you from when you was this high. We did we did a show called City of Angels. Yeah, a lot of people on that show actually. Her, Viola Davis, Gabrielle Union, Maya Rudolph. That had a stacked cast.
Wow.
And I don't think anybody's doing too bad.
Yeah,
right now.
That's a pretty good list of who's who, right?
Yeah, but it was just really, it was a